So first of all, hello, thanks everyone for coming. And thanks you for being here for the webinar From Chair to Care, Become a Hair Hero. I'm really excited to be here and bring together Sty-Lives, which is an initiative of Save Your Skin Foundation, Salon 360, and OPA. So I just want to begin with a few tech house rules. If you could keep your mics muted, that would be awesome. And if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to put them in the chat as the webinar happens. And then we will have about 10 minutes afterward for a Q&A. So to begin, my name is Katie, and I am marketing specialist for both OPA and Save Your Skin Foundation. So it's kind of a fun intersection today. And I'm going to be introducing the Sty-Lives program to you, as well as the third annual Hair Heroes Challenge, which is kind of a social media marketing challenge, which encourages hairstylists to participate in the Sty-Lives program while also giving them opportunities to win amazing prizes. Afterward, I'm going to pass it over to Maddy, who is from Salon 360. And she is an esthetician who has been in the industry for over 20 years. And she has tons of experience and knowledge around skin and has actually spotted many abnormalities throughout her career. And finally, we will hear from Carly Ann, also from Salon 360, who has over 20 years of experience behind the hairstyling chair. And she's also a teacher and coach, and she is very passionate about teaching other beauty professionals to go the extra mile, make an impact, and build deep relationships, therefore creating sustained success as well as great client relationships. She's also, like I said, a teacher at Salon 360, and both her and Maddy have such a great understanding of the importance of the Sty-Lives initiative and have been really valuable to help spread the word to stylists and salons across all of Ontario. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and I will get into it. Just give me one quick second. Okay. Okay. Everyone can see it? Okay, amazing. Here we go. So like I said, I'm going to be introducing Sty-Lives to everybody. So Sty-Lives stands for Styling Hair and Saving Lives. This is an initiative of Save Your Skin Foundation. And Save Your Skin Foundation, for a quick little background, we're founded by Penticton resident and melanoma survivor, Kathy Bernard. And she, like I said, was diagnosed with melanoma about 20 years ago and kind of built a foundation to help people go through a similar situation as her. As one thing she did find throughout her cancer journey is there was really just not that much support. So Save Your Skin Foundation is dedicated to the fight against non-melanoma skin cancers, melanoma and ocular melanoma. And we do this through nationwide education, advocacy, and awareness initiatives such as Sty-Lives. We are committed to playing an active role in reducing the incidence of skin cancers throughout Canada and also to providing compassionate support to all Canadians living with skin cancer. So first of all, what is Sty-Lives? So it is a Canadian initiative which started about 3 years ago, and it aims to empower and educate hairstylists and barbers to detect potential skin cancers on the ears, face, and scalp of their clients. So it was actually brought to Save Your Skin a few years ago, like I said, by two medical students who, with the support of Save Your Skin Foundation, and also it's in conjunction with a team of dermatologists who developed the resources on our website and those that are mailed to you, which I'll get into a little bit later. So one of the founders, who was actually a medical student, like I said, who has since graduated, her name is Dr. Miranda Woe. And she came up with this concept while she was doing an internship in a dermatology clinic. And she actually saw a lot of people coming in saying that they found some spots on their scalp that were alerted to them from their hairstylist. So then she kind of realized, okay, we may as well legitimize this process a little bit, as it's pretty obvious that hairstylists and barbers obviously know your scalp a lot better than, a lot better than people can themselves. So she saw an opportunity to further the education and therefore decided to bring this program to us and hopefully give hairstylists the tools to play this role in the lives of their patients. So the concept behind Sty-Lives is that hair professionals like yourselves who choose to participate are provided with a quick 5-minute training video. We then send printed resources to facilitate the conversation with your clients should you find something suspicious. And the purpose of this project is to hopefully increase earlier detection of potentially dangerous skin cancers. However, I just want to highlight the purpose is not to train people to know what a skin cancer spot is. It's just to really maybe give you an idea of what to look for and give you the tools so you feel comfortable bringing it up to your clients. And again, like I said, we don't want this to be an intimidating process, as it's really not about being able to say whether or not something is or isn't skin cancer. It's just about feeling empowered and comfortable enough to have that conversation with your client should you see something that could potentially be a skin cancer, and then therefore encourage them to go get it checked out themselves. So that's why the training is, again, super short and simple. We don't want you to feel overwhelmed with information or like you are forced to make some sort of medical call that you're not qualified to do. It's actually the opposite. Anyone can take this training, whether you're a stylist of 20 years, whether you're a student, whether you're someone that's even interested in becoming a stylist. Everyone really can have a role in that early detection of skin cancer. I also just wanted to acknowledge that I know so many hairstylists already do this and already have had so many conversations with their clients to this point, but we just really want to help bring awareness to it and provide people with resources to continue to do it. So with all of this said, I just wanted to go over some skin cancer facts and figures that really put into perspective the importance of this initiative and the impact that you can have. So skin cancer is the most common of all cancers. And actually studies have shown that 1 in 6 Canadians born in the 90s will get skin cancer in their lifetimes, which is a pretty large number, especially considering how young these people are. And there are also more new cases of skin cancer each year than the number of breast, prostate, lung, and colon cancers combined. And out of all of the skin cancers, melanoma is the most common and deadliest form of skin cancer. So just quickly going to melanoma, which is probably the word most of us are familiar with associated with skin cancer. So it is the seventh most common skin cancer in all of Canada and the 4th most common among people ages 15 to 29. So we are actually seeing a lot of young people coming to us and having skin cancer, which is quite concerning because a lot of people kind of think of cancer, especially skin cancer, as an older person's thing, but it's actually one of the few cancers with an incidence rate on the rise amongst Canadians. Most cancers are actually on the decline, but skin cancer is not, unfortunately, yet. So in men, the incidence rate for melanoma has increased steadily by 2.2% per year since 1984. And in women, it has increased by 2% per year since 1994. So what actually can cause melanoma? So exposure to UV radiation through sunlight, tanning beds, and sun lamps are a major risk factor in melanoma. However, not all of it is something that you acquire. Something such as number and type of moles, having a fair complexion, personal and family history of skin cancer, a weakened immune system, and a history of severe sunburns can also lead to increased rates of skin cancer, or melanoma specifically. So with all that in mind, why should hairstylists get involved in the Sty-Lives program? So unfortunately, skin cancers that are located on the scalp, neck, or face are associated with a higher rates of reoccurrence and are often more aggressive because if you think about it, your face is pretty much constantly exposed to some form of sunlight, even if you wear a skin cancer. Same with your head. A lot of people do wear hats. However, in the winter months or in like spring, autumn, most people are kind of leaving their heads bare, which again can increase your risk of skin cancer. And unfortunately, these high risk areas are often difficult for patients to detect via self-examination, especially on the scalp or the back of the neck. Like you really would have no idea. And this is where hairstylists come in because while performing the various tasks that are related to their job, hairdressers actually just see the back of their clients' scalps almost all of the time. So one study found that the majority of hairdressers actually already examine their clients' scalps regardless of being asked to do so. So like I said previously, it's really just about legitimizing this process. So yes, skin cancers can be very dangerous. However, if they are caught early on, they actually are able to be treated in most cases. Skin cancer doesn't always have to be deadly, especially like I said, if caught really early, which is why it's super, super important to be super vigilant and check our own skin regularly and also do what we can for others in our lives and help them check their skin. So that being said, what should hair professionals look for? So we have something called the ABCDEs of skin cancer, which I will quickly go over. Oops, sorry about that. So A is asymmetry. As you can see here, it's just something kind of looks a little bit bigger on one side than the other, or just looks a little bit off balance. That could be a potential sign of skin cancer. B is border. As you can see, if it's super uneven around the edges. C is color. If it's a weird color or if it's colored differently in different spots of the mole, or if it's irritated or red, that could be a sign of something agitated. D is diameter. Is it quite large? Again, this isn't foolproof, but if something is more than 6 millimeters, it's definitely something that should be checked out. And E is evolving. So has it changed since you last saw it last? This is a super good one for hairstylists to keep in mind because you see your clients every few months, maybe more or less often, but you can easily see if something has changed since the last time that you saw it. And then we also have another acronym here, which is HAIRS, which kind of relates more to hairstyling. But like I said, height, age, irregularity, region, surface, also an acronym you can keep in mind. So what steps should hairdressers follow? So first of all, look, as you wash, comb, and cut your style your client's hair, just keep your eyes peeled, spend an extra 30 seconds, and just see if there's anything on this neck, face, or scalp that maybe wasn't there before, or maybe is raised, or any of the other things I mentioned before. 2 is assess. So if you see a spot on their hair, on their skin, and go through the ABCDEs or the HAIRS acronym in your head and just notice if any characteristics of the spot might be suspicious. If they are, honestly, even if they aren't, if you just see a spot, I really would just recommend, no matter what, just asking your client if they're aware of this spot, and if so, how long it's been there. Because again, sometimes someone was born with something you might not know, but just mentioning it to them and at least keeping an eye on it and also giving them the awareness too for their next doctor's appointment is something that's super valuable. The third one is write. So I'll go over this in a second, but with Sty-Lives, you do get printed resources sent to you. So I think the most valuable one, in my opinion, is this little business card that just fits right in your wallet. So if the spot seems suspicious, you can fill out a Sty-Lives business card and give it to your client. So you can see here, it fits right into your wallet like a normal card. And you can see you can write down the identification date, location, and any other information that a doctor or dermatologist might need to know. So it's good because it allows you to keep track of it, but also if someone puts it in their wallet, it's a good reminder for them to be able to, sometimes you just forget, that's a good reminder for them to be able to make that appointment. And the next one is photographs. If possible, if you're able to see it, take a picture of it on your client's phone, because it also helps them to figure out if it might be changing or not, and it also helps the dermatologist so they can see what it originally looks like and if it does evolve, what it evolves to be. Second last is provide. So you want to cut off the section of the brochure if you can. We have a brochure and business cards. You give it to your client and it contains information on how to find a dermatologist and contact information to get support. Unfortunately, one big problem we have in Canada right now is just lack of dermatologists. So Save Your Skin, where possible, is more than happy to help someone find a dermatologist if we can, or at least refer you to people that we know that might be able to help you. So if you do need that, you're more than welcome to contact us. And the last step here is record. So again, with your printed materials, you'll have a little area where you can write down the date of the interaction, what resources you gave them, and also any other notes and comments. So this will, again, help you as a stylist for when your client returns. You can double check with them if they were able to get it checked out or what the status is. And also it helps Sty-Lives as well, because we're able to see who's using the program, what they're seeing, et cetera, and it helps us to develop new resources as well. So how can you participate in Sty-Lives? So all hair professionals in Canada, actually everyone in Canada is eligible to participate. So whether you, like I said, are an aspiring hairstylist, if you are an educator, if you're a student, if you're an existing hair professional, salon owner, whatever, you're eligible to participate. So all you have to do is just head to saveyourskin.ca/Sty-Lives and register. We have a form, it's super quick and easy. And then you'll be contacted within a few business days by our team, and they will just confirm your mailing address, where they can send the resources, as well as ask if you have any questions. We'll also just send you that quick video, which is, again, like I said, it's only 5 minutes, and it just kind of goes over what I just showed you, just so you can kind of really nail down the points and get started. So here, quickly what you receive. So here's the business cards that I said you can give to your clients. Here's the brochure. There is that little section there about finding a dermatologist, which again, if someone doesn't have one or needs any extra resources, you can give them that or refer them to us directly. And here's just something to help you remember hairs. This is a post you can put up in your salon or just keep with you, just so you can remember how to find a potentially suspicious spot. With all that being said, that was the Sty-Lives program. So thank you so much for allowing me to introduce it to you. And I will have a QR code at the end to register. And I'll also put the link in the chat, as well as send the Sty-Lives registration form in my follow-up email, where we'll have the recording of the webinar and all of that. So one thing we've been doing for the past 3 years in partnership with OPA, which has been awesome, is called the Hair Heroes Challenge. So we want to make a little bit fun for people to participate. So it's back for 2025, which we're super excited about. And it is an initiative where you can win prizes and save lives. So all you have to do to participate is check your client's scalp for skin cancer. which is very easy. Like I said, it's probably something you're already doing. Take a video or even photos if you want and post it on social media using the hashtag Hair Heroes 2025. And you can tag Save Your Skin and OPA, and we will reshare it. And that'll enter you to win a series of amazing prizes ranging from beauty products to coaching to more, which you can kind of wait and see on our social media what prizes we have. So here, like I said, cream post 6-second lesser video and you put it on social media, and you can also post videos using the hashtag, tag both of us. And like I said, it's open to absolutely anybody. So whether you're a stylist, educator, apprentice, aspiring hair professional, whoever, you're more than welcome to join us. Here, this, I'll send it to you guys after, but it's just a little demo video that we created just to kind of help you figure out what we're looking for. I know Carly has been amazing in sending us videos of her students and her stylists participating. And if you would like to join Sty-Lives, you can scan this QR code right here, and it will actually send you to the registration form. And it's super simple. It's just like your name, mailing address, and a few other extra things, but it's very simple. But if not, like I said, I will definitely send this to you afterward. So I'll just give you a second here if you would like to scan it, whoever's on your computer. Okay, so thank you so much. Like I said, my name is Katie, and that was my presentation on Sty-Lives and the Hair Heroes Challenge. I really encourage you all to participate. It is running from today, January 13th, all the way until March 28th, 2025. So you have a lot of time to register and participate, and I really hope to see all of your videos there. And without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to Maddy.
So, hi, everybody. I'm very excited to be here. I am representing maybe a little bit of a different demographic. I am an esthetician, as Katie said. And so skin is something that I'm very used to working with. And so I wanted to speak to you guys a little bit about my personal experience with skin cancer. I myself have waited longer than I should have to go and get my skin check done because skin cancer does run in my family. My grandfather actually passed away from his skin cancer. And it was quite a journey to watch from all angles. And as well, my father as well has had his own journey with skin cancer. So it is something that I have been incredibly aware of and am very active in communicating with everybody around me about how beneficial it is to educate yourself and have a lot of awareness around it, because it is oftentimes something that we can take to participating role in preventing. So because I am an esthetician, I understand as well the relationship that hairstylists have with their clients and how important that connection that we have with these people that choose to spend time with us, that trust us. And that relationship often is built over many, many years. And so the conversations tend not to always be about our own health and awareness. So sometimes bringing these things up can have an extra weight to it. But one of the biggest things that I would like to get across to is that weight that we bear as the practitioner, the person providing the service, the person looking at somebody else's skin, hair, scalp, is to be able to communicate that in a way that is compassionate and also relieves you, the person, of the need to diagnose anything. Again, it's not our job to diagnose. We can just inform somebody that based on our education and our knowledge of following along with our ABCs and our hair acronym, that this looks like something that it is. I would rather have you have somebody with more knowledge than I do cross this off a list and say it is just nothing, than us leave it and not do something and it becomes something that is going to take more time for you to navigate. Having those conversations with our clients sometimes can be really hard, but it is worth learning and taking the time. There are courses that are available. The Saviors, the Sty-Lives is amazing. The support that you offer to the people that join up with the program is it just makes me really happy. That support, the sometimes even just having that educational material around for our clients to see, it can even just start that conversation. Getting people more engaged, having them look at their own skin. And again, you guys are dealing with parts of our bodies that we are not able to look at ourselves. So having that trusting relationship with your hairstylist to be able to know that they are trying to educate you and give you, the client, the tools that you need to be able to manage your own health is something that means a lot to me, and I know means a lot to your clients. Um, so the thing about skin is that it is made up of so many different layers, and there are different parts to it, and there are so many things that can go wrong. So again, knowing your scalp, taking that time to check your client's skin is so worth it. And just like Katie said, all of us are doing it anyway, maybe without the awareness behind it. So adding in that self-awareness of what you're actually doing as you go through and do your shampoo, even as you're just putting your hands through your client's scalp, feeling things that you might not have thought before, you might need to look into a little bit more. Now with this awareness, with this support, with this material, you can have those skills to be able to talk to your clients about it. It is really, really, really important to be able to help our clients support themselves too. And that's one thing that really stuck out to me that Katie said was about the dermatologist. It, again, speaking from an esthetician's point of view, that sometimes can be a big obstacle. But to know that you have support and you are actually offering your clients, in essence, that guidance and the solution to their problem is just something that will stand out and make the difference between you and somebody else. It's that extra care that I think has been taken on completely by Sty-Lives. So it is a really amazing program to dive into, to be part of, and that community of practice and that sense of care is something that we dive into a lot in our program that I know Carly will be able to explain a little bit more about how using these language skills and that ability to talk to your clients about this can actually help increase you build a more sustainable business around that connection. So all of this, all of the time and effort that you are taking to educate yourself, to learn a little bit more and learn within the capacities of being a hairstylist, being an esthetician. Again, not doctors. Nobody's asking anybody to diagnose anything. What everybody here today is asking is that you take the time to educate yourself and your clients. And with this whole package deal that this Sty-Lives offers you, you have amazing support to be able to get that across with just beautiful care and kindness. And again, those are some of the things that Carly and I really focus on in the course. So at this point, before I keep talking about too many things, I'm going to pass it over to Carly and let her take over about the next step in this process.
Hey, thanks, Maddie. Thanks, Katie. Um, I love, I think that's a really important topic that you just touched on, Maddie, is that compassionate communication. So yeah, we're all, let's do these scalp checks and let's see what we can find. And, let's like go that extra mile. But then when you actually find something, having the self-awareness, having the skill set, having the trust with your client to have that next conversation about a skin abnormality spotted on their body, that's like a whole other level, right? So I know that Save Your Skin Foundation has some resources around this, how to compassionately communicate. You are always welcome to reach out to any of us as well for more information of how to navigate those conversations in a really professional, compassionate way. Now, I don't really know how to segue into what I'm speaking about. So I will just say I completely like wholeheartedly support this initiative, the Hair Heroes Challenge. We can use this to make an impact, to literally save lives. I have spotted skin abnormalities on quite a few clients in the last 20 years, which a lot of them have turned into skin cancer, but they were able to spot it early, right? We were able to detect it, and in most cases, things turned out great. So yes, we can make an impact, we can save lives, but you can also use this initiative, you can use this knowledge, you can use these scalp checks as a way to really stand out in a crowded marketplace, as a way to grow deeper relationships with clients, to create more sustainability in your business. Imagine there's an event, there's all these people around from your community, you are not there, but somebody mentions a skin abnormality, or, oh, there's this spot on my scalp, or whatever it may be, or a friend of a friend just got diagnosed with a skin cancer. Imagine you are the person's name who was brought up in that room in a moment like this for being somebody who will do skin checks, who will do scalp checks, who has the resources to dermatologists or things in the area. Imagine you're the person in your community, you're that hairstylist in your community, out of all the other hairstylists who people are speaking about in rooms that you're not in, because you stand out, because you go above and beyond, because they know that you took this time to educate yourself on Hair Heroes, on Sty-Lives, doing the scalp checks, all of the things, because you truly want to do great things for other people. You want to help other people. That trust, what's the word I'm looking for? Like that edification and that trust, that's all transferable. So maybe, yeah, maybe you're the person that everybody knows does these scalp checks. That could be more clients for you, right? Someone could come in for a scalp check, instantly be like, yeah, I really connect and click with this person. And there's another new client, right? Maybe there's a ton of people out there who love their hairstylists, but their hairstylists aren't doing scalp checks. And, you know, they're getting up there. They're feeling a little bit nervous. Maybe they got something, they felt something. They're going to come and see you for a scalp check. And you never know what that could turn into, right? And they're referring their friends, their family to you. So I'd like to kind of touch on a couple of ways, a couple of actual like physical things you can implement right now, today, this week, this month in your business, working with this initiative to grow your client base, to stand out in the marketplace, and to create more sustainability. Took some notes here because otherwise I will talk too much. So I truly believe that we should always be looking for ways to add more value to our clients, and to build relationships and network in our community, and just to increase the chances of our name being spoken about in a positive light in our communities, because that is sustainability. So some networking ideas. With your new knowledge of the scalp checks and this challenge, what if you partnered with some health professionals in your community? Maybe dermatologists, maybe health and wellness practitioners, right? You could set up some sort of a referral loop with these people. These are all just ideas. You take what you want and you leave what you don't. What about joining local business networks? So some networking groups. It's cool. You can come right in, right? You're a hairstylist. You have that business to promote, but you are also going above and beyond with this knowledge, truly trying to make an impact. You never know. Maybe every single one of those people in that networking group loves their hairstyles already, but maybe they're intrigued by your knowledge of these scalp checks and the skin abnormalities, that they book and see you for a scalp check. What if you attended health fairs, right? You could set up a little booth. You could educate on all of this information, and you could do some scalp checks at this health fair. Educational workshops. So if you're looking for ways to stand out as a hairstylist, if you're looking for ways to grow your business, you could do online workshops where you educate about this kind of stuff. You could do like a week series on Instagram or TikTok or social media where you're giving tips, you're giving education, you're recommending things. Oh my gosh, you could actually do like a live scalp check, right? So many different ideas. What about sharing client testimonials? So, have you had a client? Have you had a friend? Have you had a family member who has dealt with skin cancer? Right? What if you interviewed them? What if you asked them, like, how did you know? When did you find out? What were the steps that you took? How did you feel? Is there anything you could share with us? Right? There's so many ways to use this information to, yes, most importantly, make an impact. Most importantly, save lives. Like literally, we can save lives. So cool. We're not just hairstylists. We're like out there saving lives. But as well, take this information, take this education, take your experiences implementing it in the real world and use it to grow your business. So how could you add this on as a service? Here's a few ideas for you as well. What if you offer different packages? So yes, you have your haircut people come in for, you have a style, you have your highlights, you have all the services you have now. But what if you had a healthy hair package? This package could include a shampoo, a scalp check, a haircut, and a scalp treatment. Right? You could use the Malibu Head Lab. You can use Away. You can use, there's many different brands that offer really cool scalp treatments and really neat, like, like even those little microscope, right? Like head labs where you can get real down in there. So you could do a healthy hair package. You could have like a VIP or a loyalty program where those are like your really good clients. And you could market it as they get a complimentary scalp check, right? You're a VIP of mine, you're such a loyal client. Every time you're in, I'm going to book an extra few minutes and we're going to do the scalp check. You could go like way deeper into that and you could do like an actual, oh, sorry, I don't know why I'm like admitting people. I want to answer things in the chat. I want to do all the things. You could do like a whole, educational consultation. And we dive a lot into this. Maddy and her father teach the Salon 360 program with me. And we dive into like total wellness. So you could have a package at your salon where you not only do the scalp check, you have a consultation surrounding gut health and well-being and nutrition, and you have product recommendations, right? Like there are so many things that you can do with this knowledge above and beyond saving people's lives. Oh my goodness. So I wanted to touch really briefly on the communication aspect of everything again, because this is something, if I'm being fully transparent on this recorded webinar that more people are going to see, the first, I'm going to say 5, 6, 7 years of my career, if I found an abnormality on a client's scalp, I didn't know how to deal with it. It made me uncomfortable. And most of the time I didn't say anything, which like I don't like telling you that on here. But I fully believe at this point that with the confidence, with the education, with just more kind of self-awareness around how we each feel with each client behind the chair, how we feel in situations for instance, regarding finding a spot on somebody's head, like how does it make us feel? And how is that limiting how we're approaching our clients? So to simplify that, I was uncomfortable with skin abnormalities. I didn't understand what it meant. So I didn't know how to tell a client that I found something on their head. It was easier for me to just be like, do, 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 and keep going. Now, I love checking people's scalps. I love like all the behind their ears, their necks, their scalp, everything, right? Because I now have that confidence in I'm not a doctor. All I need to do is say to them, I found something, here's a photo, go see a professional. So that took a lot of pressure off. I have put the time in to build deeper relationships and more trust with clients so that those types of conversations just kind of flow more easily. I know when I'm walking into situations where my client wants a scalp check, or maybe I've noticed something in the past, I'm double checking again on it now. Sorry, I heard laughing and got very distracted. I'm like, I'm very curious. That was so funny. But I know now that I need to swallow any like ugh that I feel and just show up and tell them because it's about them, not me. So like there's just so much to all of this. And I think what I'm really getting at is that everybody here is here to support you in whatever capacity you want to take this challenge. So whether you're 100% in all over it and you just want to do this, you want to be an add-on for your business, you want to go to health fairs and networking, you want to promote this, right? We're here for you. We can hook you up with anything you need. We got your back. Or whether you are here simply because you have spotted things on clients in the past and you, like I was, maybe aren't really quite sure how to go about it, we've got your back for that as well. Please don't ever think that we just make hair look pretty. Man, we have such a beautiful opportunity in this industry to make a massive impact in so many different ways. And I think this is a really important way. So Katie, thank you so much for having us. Thanks for letting us ramble and kind of share some stories. If I can take one more second, maybe you'll relate. And I think this is why it's important for us as hairstylists to say things. So I'm a hairstylist myself. I went for a skin cancer check, when they do the whole body. So super uncomfortable. It took a lot of pumping up for me to actually go. And I think too, as well, when you have family members who've been impacted by skin cancer, or there's been such negativeness surrounding it in your life, you kind of back away from those things, right? So it was last year, it was this webinar. I thought, okay, I need to step up and take some sort of responsibility, and I'm going to go for a skin cancer check. So I went to the thing, you're naked, you're like in the thing, all the cameras, there's people looking at you. And I'm thinking, oh, maybe I got a spot right here, something right here. I got to get them to check. And they do everything. And she says to me, this spot on your eyebrow, so this spot right here. She goes, that's concerning. I'm going to take a photo, but you need to keep an eye on it. All the things, right? She went through the ABCDEs with me, all the things. And I left and I thought, that is on my face. That I look at every day. I paint my eyebrows on around it, and never once did I think, maybe I should look at that. That's a spot I can see. So imagine all the places that our clients have, or that we ourselves have, that we can't even see. So this is so important. And then when you spot something, Maddie's always got my back. She's like, you need to go get that checked. You need to go get that checked. You need to go. So if you spot something on your clients and you have the relationship where you're comfortable enough to do this, please follow up with them. Please follow up. Please make sure that they're taking those action steps to be proactive. Don't feel like you're bothering people. Maddie, this is your reminder to follow up with me again so I can book my next appointment. Okay. Thank you, guys.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Carly. I think just kind of, yeah, as she was saying, it's super important just to be proactive where you can. Again, like we have been saying, it's not about diagnosing anyone with anything. It's just about giving someone the information that they can then use to make their appointment and to discuss with their doctors and dermatologists. Because I'm sure all of you kind of have experienced, sometimes when you see a doctor, it's very 1, 2, 3, very quick, and you need to really be the one to advocate for your own health. So, in the interest of allowing people to advocate for their health, arming them with information is the best thing that you can do. So, thank you so much to both Carly and Maddy. That was super informative, and we hope that you guys did get something out of this. I just wanted to open up for, we'll probably give it about like 5 or 10 minutes for a Q&A. I did see one question in the chat here. I saw Carly answered it, but I did just want to quickly address that. So Sherry just asked, why wouldn't we as a licensed stylist tell them we are not doctors and suggest them seek medical attention? So that is exactly what you should do. So all the Sty-Lives program really is just giving stylists information on what to potentially look out for, because kind of as Carly said, especially if you're early on in your career, but also no matter where you're at in your career, you see if like everyone has spots on their scalps, right? Like a freckle, maybe just like a discoloration, whatever it is. So the point is not to be like, oh, this is a freckle, this is skin cancer, this is a suspicious. Like it's not really to determine that. The point is just to let people know, hey, there is a freckle on your scalp. Did you know that? And if you didn't, can I take a photo of it for you? And I recommend you go to a dermatologist. And again, another, as Carly was saying, a great relationship building thing you can do there is the next time they come back is just follow up with them. Just be like, hey, last time I saw a little spot on you. Did you happen to get an appointment? If so, what happened? Things like that. And then again, just builds trust with your clients. We do have a lot of stories of people who have gone to dermatologists and actually seen that the spots were, or not cancerous, but precancerous, and they got them removed. And as a person, I'm never going to any other stylist ever. If my stylist showed me something and I was actually able to have my life saved potentially, I would never go anywhere else. So yeah, I think again, you're not doctors, but just arm people with most information that they can. And okay, I see. Oh, Carly says builds trust. Absolutely. I think it's such a great point. Tanya has her hand raised, so I'll pass it over to you, Tanya, if you want to put it in the chat or just go on audio.
Hi, Katie. Just quicker than typing. So
Totally.
I listened to this presentation many, many times. I'm always learning myself. So maybe you mentioned this and maybe I missed it, which is possible. But Katie, if any of the people in salons or schools or teachers use the Sty-Lives program, is there also resources potentially through Sty-Lives if their client needs it, that they could, put their client in touch with Sty-Lives? So sometimes it's hard to get an appointment or find a dermatologist or any of those sorts of things. Is that something else that can be provided through Sty-Lives?
Totally. So kind of a big problem, like I think I said before, we're seeing in our system is just there's not that many dermatologists, which is unfortunate. People are experiencing extremely long wait times or might not even actually have access to a dermatologist at all. So at Sty-Lives, we can't get people appointments right away, but we have access to a lot of connections and resources that we can provide people to help them hopefully either find someone near them or even potentially expedite the process. So we do encourage on the brochures that I showed you guys that we send out to salons or individuals, there is a part that says need help finding a dermatologist, and it gives you a bit of information. And it also gives the general Save Your Skin email address. So if you have a client that is concerned about something and maybe doesn't even know how to get a referral, or who knows what the problem is, we do encourage them to reach out to us, and we will help in any way that we can to help connect them to somebody in their area.
That's amazing. I just think that's huge in itself. The whole thing's amazing, but I just wanted to confirm that. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Tanya. So yeah, if anyone else has a question, please feel free to put it in the chat, and I'll give it a few minutes and then I'll wrap up if not.
Hey Google, set timer for 11 minutes.
Oh, Anita, I think you're oh, there we go. She's off now. Okay, I don't see any questions, so I will kind of close it out. And again, if you think of anything in the next few minutes, feel free to put it in. So I just wanted to reiterate again, the Hair Heroes Challenge is launching today. I'll send you guys more information about that in our wrap-up email with this recording, any resources, Sty-Lives registration form, all of that. But I would encourage everybody here to participate. All it takes is, again, 60-second or less video or a set of photos showing you checking someone's scalp, whether it be your client, whether it be a peer, anyone, and you'll be entered to win a lot of awesome prizes that we will be revealing very soon. And yeah, thank you for your knowledge and resources. No problem. Again, we're always open if you have any questions. If you want to refer someone to the Sty-Lives program, we are always open. We will send you. I also wanted to say everything is free in case I didn't mention that before. All the printed resources you get are free. Access to the video is totally free. We really just do this for education and to hopefully help someone out, help save lives, help do our part in spreading awareness. Yes, so I can actually put the registration link in right now. Give me just 1 second, but I'll also, like I said, if you lose it, if you weren't able to attend, etc., I will send it to you as well afterwards in an email. Here, so if you click here, this just takes you to the general Save Your Skin website where I can just go over some of the information that I talked about, and there's a button there that says register now, and that will take you to the where you can register. And all you'll have to do is just provide your email address, your name, and your mailing address so we can ship you however many of the business cards and brochures, etc., that you would want. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye to everybody. Thank you, Carly and Maddy, for being
there
here.
was
Thank
somebody
you.
asking you to share the QR code again in the chat.
Oh, sure. So that was actually just a link to the form. So if you just click on the website I sent you, and here's also the direct link to the form. So again, you can join either one of these. And again, like I said, I will share it again afterward if you don't get a chance to do it today. But thank you guys so much for coming today. We have more webinars coming up for Hair Connect, which will be revealed shortly on our social media and in our newsletters. So stay tuned, and we hope to see you at the next one. Thanks, everybody.